And does well to keep it in play. Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. Well, didn't go to plan in the end. And the Dragons finding space on the flank. Really good build-up, but no end product. Corner awarded. And over it comes. Oh, defended it well. Maybe dangerous here. Oh, big moment. Well, I'm sure the keeper will be thinking, I'll take those all day.
Yeah, and the attempt wasn't that bad, really, was it? It was just the finish that let him down.
Piton. And the flag has gone up, offside. Oh, given away. Well, that is top-class goalkeeping for you.
Yeah, he barely had a moment to move, and those reflexes were absolutely top class.
Well, maybe a good position from which to counter. Oh, read it really well. Well, an excellent sliding tackle, and it had to be.
I had to get that right, or it's a pen. Time to perfection, wasn't it?
Trying to tee it up. Well, fantastic reflex action. Who can he pick out? And a goal here! There it is! They've done it! Well, it's a tale of 4 goals in this match now. 3-1 it is. Dembele. Masilela. Super pass. And splendid reflex action there.
Well, it takes something special to save like that from close range. His reactions were remarkable.
Could be threatening. Oh, crucial interception.
Oh, I thought they were in there. Brilliant awareness.
Maybe the ideal pass. Superb block on the back of the ball from the flank. Well, they could break at pace. Well, it came to nothing in the end. El Yunusi. That's a good pass. Can he put it away? Oh, it's an absolutely tremendous save.
Well, he just shows great reflexes and agility to keep that out. It's a top-class save.
Delivering it. And not the best clearance. Up a disappointing dead end. Read that pass all the way, cutting it out. Well, the keeper had plenty to think about with bodies around him. Oh, useful ball. Just had to look a bit lively given the pressure. 10 minutes left for play. Interception to snuff out the danger. Getting right into his face. Well, trying to hit it with plenty of power from miles out.
Oh, that's a poor attempt, that. He had other options. And you can see his teammates are frustrated with him for attempting that.
Intelligent defending.
Yeah, spotted what was happening there, didn't he?
Now breaking at pace. Potential danger. And a throw-in forthcoming. And that's a corner. Playing it in. Interesting pass. And the pass deftly cut out. Under real pressure defensively, will they pay the price? And we cannot say enough about that save.
Oh, that is a great save. It's so close to him. His reactions are quick, and that's really good goalkeeping.
And that move comes to an end. Goal kick. And in the right position to make sure it didn't go all the way through. Has to score. And the diving header! The fans erupt, as they've every right to. That was astonishing. Not just any old header. A touch of artistry. And there it is, the final whistle. Not what the home fans were hoping for before a ball was kicked today. Defeat for them.
Yeah, and it was the...
It feels like a highly significant contest. Two teams with designs on success, ready to go at it and prove they're as good as their billing. Good evening and welcome ahead of what should be a pulsating night of football. My name is Derek Ray and I'm joined for commentary by the former Arsenal and West Ham player Stuart Robson. And delighted to be bringing you clubs match action. What are you expecting? This could be troublesome. Nice looking move. In it goes! That will do nicely for starters. First goal of the game. McDonald. Trying to open them up. Easy to intercept. Can she score? Oh, it's an absolutely tremendous save.
Well, he's just pulled off a remarkable save there. Brilliant goalkeeping.
The Dragons have it back. Really well played pass. Throw-ins given. Dembele. Cross could be useful. Was an important piece of defending. Well, not much came of that. It has gone over the touchline for what will be a throw-in. Well, a disappointing throw-in there.
It's such a poor bit of play.
Elyounoussi. Oh, it's a superb challenge. Very timely. Piton. And the defensive intervention there. Might lead to a chance. Oh, snuffed out the threat. Released it nicely. And a useful cross. Nothing to show for that attack. The Dragons recovering possession well. McDonald here. Moving the ball nicely in search of an equaliser. A good vision there. Crossed into the penalty area. Really good challenge. Well, that's eye-catching wide play. Well, he's been ruled offside. Masilela. Dembele on the ball. Oh, that's how to defend. And teammates to play it to. Over the touchline for a throw-in. That's an effective cross aimed at the back post. Well, that's the end of that for now. Decent looking pass. Now with Messi. Could it be? Well, it's all going so swimmingly for them here. Another goal. And now it's a matter of avoiding any silly mistakes. Benjamin. With a textbook interception. Now with Messi. Well, he knows what he's doing defensively.
Yeah, he makes those interceptions so well.
Benjamin. Intelligent ball. That is tackling of the highest order. Now, who can he play it to? Well, didn't go to plan in the end. Well, on the cusp of half-time, and not a first half that will live long in the memory for the visitors. How about your take?
I have to say they haven't played well. They've been slow in possession, they've been poor defensively, and they've lacked a cutting edge. They need to perform much better than this.
Well, just the tackle that was needed. Elyounoussi. Al-Dossari. And he's in an offside position. Decent looking ball. An amazing piece of goalkeeping.
Well, that's a remarkable save. He just reacted so sharply there.
Oh, that's a fine-looking pass. Oh, he looks threatening. Well, danger averted thanks to his teammate. Benjamin. And a good challenge to bring that attack to an end. Well, there it is. The first half is now in the history books here at the Orange Velodrome. And back underway here. The fire was missing from the Dragons in the first half, but we see a response from them in the second 45. McDonald here. Can they reduce the deficit?
Well, they need to turn this...
To get back within a goal! Well, not to be, and they need to get going in an attacking sense here.
Well, in their position, this sort of chance needs to be taken.
Well, a touch too heavy there. Oh, big chance. Can he find the net? And a goal! He's doubled his total for the day in superb scoring form. And back with Silva. Benjamin. Bitton. Well, somehow the goalkeeper got to it. Delivering it. Not to be in terms of the finish. And giving the ball away. Well, putting it wide from there. A pity, really.
Well, as you can see, they've had good opportunities, but they haven't taken enough of them. And that's been their main problem. It's just been a bad day at the office.
Trying to tee it up. McDonald here. Oh, nicely played. Well, unable to hold his run, and that's offside. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Well, he's certainly not alone. Must be a stunning piece of goalkeeping.
Yeah, he's so quick to react there. Brilliant stuff.
Kaya. Elyounoussi. But the keeper's quickly off his line. Read it magnificently. Well, that wasn't a great challenge. On this sort of form, very few would lay a glove on them.
Well, he does everything right here. Good contact, right technique and alert to the situation. That's a smart finish.
A lopsided contest, 4-0. Benjamin. Read that pass all the way, cutting it out. Quick counter could be on. That is tackling of the highest order.
Yeah, super stuff there.
So over the byline and a goal kick here. McDonald here. Never really close to the goal, and it will be a goal kick. Now with Messi. Elyounoussi. Well, not quite what he wanted to do with the pass. Well, maybe a good position from which to counter. Delivered into the area here. He's going to be really cross with himself.
Well, absolutely right. He should have done a lot better there. That was far too easy for the goalkeeper.
Clever defending.
That's really good awareness there.
Piton. Lovely weight. Oh, the challenge was spot on. Now we're inside the final 15 minutes. Oh, nice ball. Fine goalkeeping to push that away. Oh, that's splendid play. Oh, monster intervention. Ready to break, perhaps? Well, unfortunately, it fizzled out in the end. Incisive pass. Well, the seconds are ticking away, and the home side in control. What have you made of this?
Well, what an excellent performance this has been. They've had complete control for most of the game. Their movement, clever passing and energy have been a joy to watch. It's been a really good win for them.
Opportunity here, Stuart. Oh, a challenge of the highest order. And unfortunately for him, he had worked his way into an offside position.
And I think everybody in the ground could see that was always going to be offside.
Throw-ins given. Well, they made it far too easy there. Oh, it might be. Still dangerous. And splendid reflex action there.
Yeah, that's goalkeeping at its very best. So quick to react there.
Now, can they hit them on the counter? Well, unable to hold his run, and that's offside. And a corner kick, the referee's verdict. Playing it in, and not a header that was ever really going to trouble the goalkeeper. And the ball back with Dragons now. Takes the shot. Oh, got everything behind it. And over comes the corner. Good job defensively. And the ball sailing over everyone in the centre. Oh, that surely had to go in, but marvellous defending.
Well, that's how to defend in those situations.
Could be threatening. And the assistant referee has raised his flag, offside. Opportunity. And that will be all for this game. Defeat for the visitors. That's the big... Every reason to believe this will be a clash to tantalise and entertain. Two teams who know precisely who they are, and the fans are very likely in for a treat today. And welcome to a game that really should have pulses racing. Every reason to believe this will be enthralling. Derek Ray here on the commentary position, and sitting next to me is the former England international Sue Smith. And delighted to be bringing you clubs match action. How do you see it panning out?
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm anticipating a good game today. The coaching staff have done all they can. Now it's about taking it onto the pitch.
Well, that's how to put in a clean tackle. Well, not smooth, but fiercely competitive in midfield. Oh, it's on! Was an important piece of defending. And possession secured, keeper's ball. Good work from the Dragons to win back possession. Now they can reorganise.
Yeah, it's about getting rid and getting his team up the pitch, isn't it?
And flag raised, offside.
It's careless, this. He had other options. He should have held on to it a bit longer. Just give your teammate a bit more time.
Careless in possession. How did they let that attack come to an end? So a throw in here. Good looking cross. Well, he was being pressed, but did his job. Well, that one has promise. Oh, disappointing end to that. And behind for a corner. Who's going to get on the end of it? Kaya. Committed challenge. Dembele. Elyounoussi. Annoyingly, there it breaks down.
Yeah, it looked really promising, that, didn't it?
McDonald here. Promising pass. Must take the lead here. Flag raised for offside. Good tackle, taken away. And attacking possibilities for the Dragons. Took a really smart piece of defending to stop them. To put them in front. Off the post and back in play. And alleviating the pressure.
Oh, that wasn't far away, was it? They do well to create the chance. They just couldn't quite finish it off there.
Oh, wait a minute. Look what's happening. Oh, fantastic save!
Yeah, read it well, narrowed the angle. That's exactly how you deal with that.
Super pass. But not quite what was needed. I really thought they were going to open up the defence. Dembele. Well, a classic example of how to intercept. Opportunity here. Great chance. And he finds the net. He could hardly miss.
Well, here it is again. You have to praise the pressure to win the ball high up the field. But the keeper's got to get rid sooner. Should be better with his feet there. It's poor, that.
Elyounoussi. Al-Dossari. Oh, got into position brilliantly. Now Dembele. Masilela. Well, it didn't worry the keeper. Well, made it look routine, but read it well. Interesting pass. Chance for the leveller. And he's missed it. Good heavens.
Well, what a chance to equalise. He's just not clinical enough in front of goal.
Well, there was impending danger, but good defending. El Yunusi. Intelligent ball. Oh, that is a wonderful piece of challenging.
Yeah, he was on his toes there to get it away.
Masilela. Interception to snuff out the danger. That's useful play. Credit to them for winning it back. Dembele. And he read it well defensively. Unrelenting pressure. Oh, great vision. Well, time is up as far as the first half is concerned here in Marseille. So the two teams have switched around and the second half is underway. Passes like that, very much in his repertoire. Oh, it's on! And he read it superbly. That's a good-looking pass. Outrageously good defending.
Oh, he reacted so well to the danger. He stopped an almost certain goal.
How did they let that attack come to an end? It has gone over the touchline for what will be a throw-in. Messi. Real chance. Huge block. Well, that clearance, the low-risk approach. A throw-in coming up now. Clever defending. Super pass. Decent idea. And tidy defensive play. Can she find the right pass? Oh, reacted so quickly! Let's see about the delivery. And defensive play to be applauded. And dealing with the danger. Succeeded in keeping it in play. Dembele. And intercepted it.
Yeah, it's great awareness, that. Positioning was spot on there.
Oh dear, up a dead end. It was promising. McDonald. Benjamin. Took a really smart piece of defending to stop them. Now the Dragons might be able to profit here. And quite simply wide of the target. High pressing and good high pressing. Can he put it away? And the keeper really reacted brilliantly.
Well, I thought that had to be a goal, but the keeper pulls off a tremendous save. It's cat-like reflexes.
Well, another corner. Can they take advantage of this one? And it's opening up. Stopped a certain goal. Fairly easy for the referee to spot that deflection. So now a throw in. Masilela. Is it going to be? Well, that was the chance to extend their lead.
Well, you've got to at least test the goalkeeper from there. That's a real opportunity missed.
And alleviating the pressure. And into the last 20 minutes. So a throw in here. Good visualisation and execution. Oh, disappointing end to that. And they have possession again. Not giving it away.
Oh, does well there under pressure.
Well, good idea, but the execution wasn't quite right. Now with Messi. Well, gifting away possession. Good example of pressing without the ball. And support available. Well, there was impending danger, but good defending. And the ruling is offside here. Masilela. Nice weight on the pass. Well, a touch too heavy there. Well, play getting a bit bogged down in midfield. On the attack in the closing phase. Well, couldn't bend his run, and the flag went up. McDonald here. Well, the Dragons looking dangerous. And he's kept it out, fully stretched, somehow reaching it. If they can score again from this corner, it probably would be the end of the story. Well, capable of better. Couldn't find a teammate. Throw in here. Teammates in the middle. Really had to make that save to give them a chance.
That's a brilliant save and does keep them in this. Time is certainly against them, but they've got to keep believing that they can get something from it.
Can he finish them off? And a really important stop. That should keep spirits up.
Yeah, that's just kept their hopes alive, but the final whistle is looming.
Well, time is of some concern. Can they level matters? It is to be a throw-in. Just straying offside. 2 minutes of stoppage time coming up. Oh, how about that for a tackle? Decent pass. And there goes the final whistle, much to the disappointment of their supporters.
Yes, certainly not their best performance.
Every reason to believe this will be a clash to tantalise and entertain. Two teams who know precisely who they are, and the fans are very likely in for a treat today. One of the great things about football is that no one knows for sure what's going to happen. Let's see what unfolds here tonight. I'm Derek Ray, your match commentator, and alongside providing all the tactical and technical analysis, it's Stuart Robson. And it's good. And an opening! Well, what a stop it was.
Well, I have to say, that's a magnificent save. That's a top-class piece of goalkeeping.
Well, that attack collapsed completely. And after the clearance, a throw-in. Took a really smart piece of defending to stop them.
Well, no way through there.
Oh, good-looking pass. Thoughtful play. Can he put them in front? Very alert defending to put a stop to the chance. And a chance for the lead. Oh, not to be! Stopping a certain goal. Oh, that was careless. Well, not too fussy about where he sent the ball, and it will be a throw-in. Really doing a fine job of protecting the ball. And there the move ends for now. Fine pass. El Yunusi. Kaya. And in the perfect position to read it. And they keep it moving. And credit is due for that good piece of defending. McDonald. And she's in a decent position. In position. Well, unable to bend his run. Offside. Just like that, they have the ball again. Well, she's on her game. Putting it out of play for a throw-in. Intercepting it intelligently. Al-Dossari. Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. And the decision is one of offside here. Interesting pass. Superb block on the back of the ball from the flank. Oh, good skill, and he's managed to beat his man.
Yeah, beat his man brilliantly there.
And just like that, broken up. This looks more than decent. Oh, that's textbook goalkeeping. Corner kick played in. And the goalkeeper covered a lot of ground to push that away from danger. Neither side showing any authority in possession right now. Well, offside. I rather think he was caught in two minds.
Well, he just needed to go elsewhere with his pass. He showed a complete lack of awareness there.
Well, a textbook interception. Well, it wouldn't stay in play for them. Goal kick. Al-Dossari. Well, advantage coming into play, and rightly so. Well read to put an end to that attack. Teammates available. What Well, a genuine opportunity, but it was squandered. Goal kick.
Yeah, that's a disappointing end to a very good move.
Well, nicely cut out. Can they set up a chance? Under real pressure here. In it goes! The opening goal in this contest. Oh, splendid skill. Options in the centre. Ah, goalkeeper's ball. Not the best of crosses, really, was it? And an astute piece of defending. Can he get them level? Was an important piece of defending.
Well, these fans have had to be patient. Could this be the equaliser?
On a struggle to keep the ball for the Dragons. Plenty of support here. Can he? And the flag has gone up.
Well, he has to work a lot harder to stay onside there. He didn't read the situation at all.
And just 1 minute of time added on for stoppages. Oh, I thought they were onto something there. And so it is, the first half story has been written. And the ball is moving again. Dragons hoping to build upon what was a positive first half performance.